So last time you saw me, it was late in a canyon and I was broken down, had to get towed, and you know, that was like the first time I tried to actually drive this car more than just a couple of miles. It was the day after I got it running, so I was maybe a little ambitious, but it's all part of it. It was still fun. You know, I look back on it, well, that night wasn't that fun, but I look back on, you know, the few little problems in the beginning. It's like, that's kind of part of the charm for having an old car like this. You got to figure it out. I tried one of those little lithium tender batteries, and so I was sure that it was that motorcycle battery. It didn't end up being that. I ended up going and buying like a, you know, a full-size regular Optima battery the next day, and then I made it to my house, which was 70 miles away, and the car drove really great. After a couple of days, that Optima battery died. I tried replacing the regulator, because I'm like, well, this makes sense, you know, this regulator's original to the car. Put a new regulator in, and that wasn't the problem. I ended up having the wiring wrong from the starter to the regulator, so it was actually never sending power. But I learned, you know, I learned how to polarize generator and the regulator, which no big deal. I posted the video of me stranded in a canyon last week. That was actually a few months ago. I've been daily driving the car at this point, so I just hit about 1,200 miles in the car. You know, I did the 500-mile oil change and valve adjustment. I went through all that, and now I understand why these 912 guys adjust their valves all the time, because it's really easy to do. They're all underneath, and you know, it's nothing like a 911 engine. Because I have a few 911s, you know, I found myself wondering if I was really going to enjoy this car, especially during times that I was doing a whole bunch of work in the garage on it. And I just remember many times sitting there thinking, I hope this is worth it. No doubt about it, it was worth it. In fact, this is my favorite car. You know, the usability of the car is, everything is lighter, and it is surprising me how good of a car this is just for utility. The larger steering wheel makes, you know, the handling really light, and you know, turning the car around in parking lots, no big deal. Because it's a 4-cylinder, the clutch is very soft. The brake input, because it's a light car, it's just easy to maneuver around. It is very fun to drive, and I couldn't be happier that, you know, I ended up having the experience of, you know, bringing this thing back to life. And I just, yeah, I'm honestly still so surprised at how much I like it. So I don't usually name my cars, but I did name this car Duffy after the previous owner. You know, he passed several years ago. He was the original owner on the car, and the name just felt right for the car. So my daughter calls it Duffy, and you know, I call it the Duffster. You know, so I ended up being stranded 4 total times in the first couple of weeks of having it, which 3 of the 4 were because of the wiring that was wrong to my starter. That was kind of silly. I've actually pushed the car really hard, and it is so fun to drive in a tight canyon. It's just really flickable because of how light it is. So I love it. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel.